This time on Woody's Garage, a Tecumseh Festival with only one clown.
All right, today we got the start of a Tecumseh Festival, where in this corner we have an HS50. I had this for a while. It seemed to have a problem when it reached bottom dead center, that the crankshaft would still move, but the piston would sit dead. I think we've solved that. I'll get back to you and show you how it is now, and I'll put in a clip to show you how it was. See what I mean? The piston's not moving. And we got that for movement here. Something right there. Right now I don't have a cam in it. I got to go steal a cam out of the HS40. So that's Tecumseh number 2. This is an HS40 I got off a Snapper snowblower. It had a broken camshaft in it. And besides that, it took out one of the walls that kind of holds the camshaft in. I'll show you that if you haven't seen it already in a past video. But I put the cam from the HS50 in, and guess what? It runs, and it sounded like it ran pretty good. But I want that cam back for the HS50 now that it seems alright. But what we're going to do with this, I'm going to take the cam that broke in half, and I'm going to try to make it work with JB Weld in this engine. That should be funny, but that probably won't be in this episode. And in this corner we have an H60. I just got this the other day. I saw it on Craigslist. The guy was going to give it up for scrap. I said, I better go save that thing. He didn't think you could get any parts for it, but yeah, of course you can get a new carburetor for it, and that's probably what the issue is. So yeah, we'll probably try to get this one running today. That'll be fun. And you can see how big that engine is compared to that HSSK50 5 horsepower engine over there. This thing is just really big. I think I might use this on an old Craftsman snowblower that I have that has an HS50 on it that I'd rather keep for a mini bike and put this thing on it. So yeah, might be a lot of work with Tecumseh's, thus the festival. Just a gorgeous day out here today, about 70 degrees. We've had such a crappy, rainy July and a very, very humid, hot June. This is spectacular. I'm using the Snapper snowblower to put the engine on, and hey, it's too big. Won't really fit, but I think we'll bolt it down just the way it is at an angle like that. Shouldn't hurt anything. And of course my guess is that the carburetor is full of gunk. But let's see if we have spark and we can get it to pop off. The mounts are snug, but this is used to a engine that has the big block instead of the flat piece, mounting piece. So these are kind of bottomed out, but it's firm enough to get the thing going. I might rattle around a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't even look that bad. It's not black, it's golden black. Alright, now I pulled the plug. Let's see if we have any spark. In the meantime, we'll get a little Marvel Mystery Oil down the cylinder. Loosen things up a bit. I got a little admission to make, and that's that I checked the spark before I turned on the camera, and I did have spark, but now I don't. So that's setting me back like a little bit. That means some work. I've also been wondering what this came off of, because look, an air filter. You don't see that very often. So maybe not a snowblower. Maybe a tiller or something. It's kind of dirty, but not like wicked dirty, like it's been kicking around in the dirt. Oh wow, it's huge. Oddly enough, I put the other spark plug back on and we got a little spark back again, but I think what this means is a weak ignition system. But I don't care, let's put a little gas in it and see if it goes. A little gas down the spark plug hole. Oh mama, it wants to run. Kind of scared me. Yeah, that was first pull. Let's look at that carburetor. I bet that bowl's going to be a mess. Here's the bowl. The only thing I see in it is water. Gas long gone. A little bit of rust. Air filter. Nice thing to have one of these filters. I like these. Not too bad. The main jet is pretty rusty. We'll clean all that, slap it back together, put a little gas in it, and see what happens. Okay, I cleaned up that stuff, the jet and the bowl and stuff like that. The gasket here, top of the bowl, is really crusty. I just left it, wiped it off with my finger. This jet we've done nothing with, and I cleaned everything with ATF, not with carb cleaner. I just don't like using carb cleaner. Am I asking for trouble? Yeah, probably. Let's put some gas in it though and see what happens. Yeah, we'll hold the horses there. We're going a little too fast. There is some kind of liquid in the bottom of this tank. And it's probably water. I'll try to wick it out with a paper towel and try to drain out what's there. There's also a on-off here, so we'll let it flow out. Look at that. All water. I blew into the tank, so I blew out the gas line. It's like it's all water. Yeah, I feel sorry for someone who thinks like their engine's like ruined and they can't fix it because of that. Because of the damn ethanol. Alright, we put a little bit of gas in it. It's just choked. I didn't prime it or anything. Let's see what happens. That is a runner. That is a strong runner. Nice. One down. Now it's not a candidate for this snowblower because this requires a dual PTO, you know, a second shaft coming out of the camshaft here. There's only got one. But it's a pretty strong engine. My little friend who comes and visits. I don't know whose cat he is, but he comes over all the time, so I feed him treats and stuff like that. He just like hangs out. He's really friendly. I call him Shadow because he'll just walk right in the basement and like show up. I'll think I saw something out of the corner of my eye like a shadow, and it's him. Jesus, that thing just ran for like 45 minutes. I wanted it to run itself out of gas. I didn't put in that much, but it just wouldn't. So, I'm back over here on the HS40. Still got the oil in it. I'm stealing the cam though. I need the cam and I need the lifters too. And then we'll just put the side cover back on and hope, well, we'll see if that leaks. Probably will, I don't know. I was hoping to get a look at the cam socket where it goes in. There's a better word for it, I can't think of it. Well, it was apart, but I can't tip it that far. But I stuck my hand in there and it feels pretty good. And there's the cam and the tappets, or lifters, whatever you want to call them. These will go in this. Okay, we're back in Tecumseh number 1 after dinner. And I wish I could show you, because I put the head on, unfortunately, the lag. What I think the problem was, you see how these mesh together? They have like teeth and they intersect. I thought I had that right. Actually, I'm pretty sure I had it right. But I'm thinking what happened is maybe somebody in the past had put it on backwards, because the teeth don't match up. They only go on one way, and kind of tightened it up and kind of mashed things up a little bit, so they, you know, they're slightly damaged, although they didn't really look like it. But I tapped it a little bit with a hammer and made sure it was sitting well. And the crank turns great, and the piston does not stop at bottom dead center. Before, the crank was moving, and then all of a sudden the piston would stop, and you could move the crank like about 1/4 to 1/2 inch with the piston doing absolutely nothing. So that was screwed up, and like I said, I think we got it. So let's put in the cam. We need to line up the dots here. See that dot there? The cam also has one. Right there. And those two got it. Wait a minute. We got another mark over here. Just to screw me up. It's funny, I've taken this out and put it in like 2 different engines. Okay, we're going with that dot. That's funny, never noticed that before. See it? Okay, I think that mark is the right mark because it's in the valley, you know. One is the hilltop and the other is the valley. They can't both be the hilltop. So I think that just is a mark. Surprised I got it right before. I didn't put the lifters in, so let's put those in. Thrust washer. Seems to turn over very nicely now with no spark plug in anyway. That's so smooth. Before it would just stop. I think it's going to be right. Let's put some oil in the crankcase. Yeah, we got a carb that looks like it'll work. And we got a muffler on it. And one of these days we're going to see if it runs. Or runs correctly without shearing crankshaft keys. Or flywheel keys. Yeah, so days later, it's a good running engine, but I'm going to store it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. So I'll drain the gas out of it, and drain out the carb, and put away for a little while. We got the HS50 on the snapper chassis, and we're going to try it out in a little bit. It's so nice and quiet and beautiful this morning. I don't want to start up engines, piss anybody off. Yeah, one thing I just noticed is this must have a lighting coil. That's pretty cool. Okay, the HS50 is together. I'm thinking that it pulls over better than it used to. However, I haven't tried it bolted down to anything, so I got a good pull on it. But let's see just how it pulls. There's no gas or anything in it. It's still hard to pull, so maybe it's not right. Yeah, let's fire it up anyway. Let's see if we can pull my arm out of the socket. Kind of sounded like something happened. I don't think it was good. Okay, the situation is like this. I gotta pull that one back apart again, the HS50. I'm actually gonna take the piston, the connecting rod, and the crank out of the HSSK50 and put them in there. That was the engine that had the problem with the snapped off head bolts, which I tried to repair and couldn't drill them on center, la 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 la. I think it's has compression problems now, so I don't think those are going to be remedied, so I might as well try doing that. They seem to be the same part numbers, so that they should work. Now for the HS40 with the broken cam, I'm still going to try to fix that cam. I got an idea of how I want to do it. It should be fun anyway. And stay tuned for that, I guess. Thanks for watching.